Do you need a set?
Oh, I have a set as well.
I'm so excited to be back.
Thank you.
So excited to be back and sitting in this chair for this.
I can imagine.
I am somehow not excited.
What? Why? Oh, thank you.
Because for 2 months, I did not have to worry if Luigi was going to die that week. And the one time Luigi died in the last 2 months, it didn't matter because he's back now. Now I have to worry that he's going to be gone
Champ.
for real.
An entire class dedicated to healing, and you can just thunder cunt heals onto yourself like it's nothing.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Have you never heard that before?
I think she said thunder cunt.
That's what I thought. Just making sure.
Yeah. Have you never heard that? I gotta find the picture for that,
Do you
but
need one
don't worry
too?
about it.
No, I'm good. Thank you. Yeah. Just wanted to be very overtly clear what's going to happen here. This session is for downtime and for you guys to meet Taya's character, who's joining the campaign. Taya, would you like to introduce yourself to our mainline listeners who listen to not the one-shots? Because no one else has put them out yet, except for the ones I put out. I still have the recordings for some of them, so if you guys want to do something with that, you can, but...
I am happy to. So my character will be named Soleil. She is a pirate. Do I do like the whole?
Introduce your... No, don't tell us anything about your character yet. Just what about, like, what's your experience with, like, tabletop role-playing games, or...
none.
Awesome!
Except the one-shots. That was the first time.
I like them.
And it was fun. So I'm here for the main story.
Oh. All right then. Does anybody want to go ahead and give us our rundown of what's happened so far and summarize the campaign, or are we letting that happen to me? Let me do it.
I kind of would like to run down the entire campaign.
Totally won't be biased in any way, I'm sure.
What would I have to be biased about?
You are grinning like a sinner in a church, dude.
Yes.
You know what? Go for it. We'll correct you as you go.
Okay, so once upon a time, there was this evil bounty hunter woman, a cannibal, Jesus, a weird lizard, and this holy creature who was amazing and never did
I'm
anything
sorry.
wrong.
What was my identifier?
A horrible bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure you're very good at what you do, but
Right.
morally, yeah, not there.
Didn't I own you?
That character's not in the story yet. But, so, the amazing godly creature, let's call him Unga, he encountered the lizard, who let's call N. And N unleashed an undead horde upon the world, or upon the island, which will eventually be the world, just because she could not resist herself from doing a little puzzle on the door that Unga thought was a wall. Anyway, N released the horde of undead onto the island, and she and Unga ran towards the city. And meanwhile, the bounty hunter and cannibal Jesus, let's call them Sylvia and Shea for no particular reason. Surely that was not how I described Sylvia and Shea. But they went into the city to get some secrets all, and then Sylvia made a bet and was like, okay, I have to do slavery now. And then
Kind
they
of
all
how
got
it
into
went.
a meeting.
That's exactly how it
And
went.
was like, hey, guys, undead army on the way, and everyone was like, we don't believe you, except for Sophia, and Sophia was like, hey, I believe you, and Brenda, who was like, I think I believe you, and Natalie, who was like, fuck you guys, look for proof, and Izo, who was like, yar har har, I'm going to kill Unga because I'm heartless, literally, no heart on that one. Brighton was like, I'm going to sell slaves to elves because apparently elves on this island really, really like slavery.
You're inventing... Is this your honest opinion, or is this your inventing details? I never mentioned elf slavery? Oh,
No.
okay,
Slavery.
yeah. Okay, elf slavery. Got it. All right.
Let's see, and then Pietro was like, I want this all to work well and everyone to work together. And I'm pretty sure that there was nobody else, no significant pirate captains at that meeting. And then, let's see, after that, Unga got run up on by Izel, really not cool. And after that, Sylvie did a little bit of slavery. Well, they all did a little bit of slavery. And then they bought Luigi. It's me, Luigi. So Luigi entered the story. He wielded a
March,
trash can
Italy.
lid for a while. What?
From March, Italy.
From March, Italy.
It's not Italy.
Sicily. Anyway,
No.
Naples?
No.
Anyway, Luigi wielded a trash can lid for a while. Then he went underground, mutilated a body right in front of that guy's best friend, stole his shit, and then
True.
went back up above ground and was like, "My people need me. I must." And then Sylvie did that in character, which was really awkward, ruining the moment as N was leaving us all forever. I don't know why she did that. Anyway, so after that, let's see, we went out to get proof of the undead army. Meanwhile, Luigi was still a slave because Sylvie didn't want to let him go. And then, aha, it's an encampment. Unga's there. Ah! Except he's undead now because Izel ran up on him. And then we re-kill Unga and bring his head back, which ended up getting... we'll get to that later. We bring his head back for proof and then meet with Sophia, and Sophia's like, I don't need proof. I want you guys to work for me. And then we were all like, okay, my queen, we loved your snitties. And then she was like, go kill Connor. And we were like, we hate Connor, so yeah, let's go kill Connor. And we're gonna frame the Kraken's grasp. And then we rolled up to the Kraken's grasp. Oh, before we rolled up to the Kraken's grasp, we were on our way shopping, and then Ra came up to us and, please save all questions to the end. Ra ran up on us and he was like, you need me because you just flew into the air for no reason and there was no particular person doing that. I've been watching you for years. And then we were like, that's not true. But okay.
It also was like 3 episodes of shopping. That also
Yeah,
happened.
we
That's
had our
okay.
shopping episodes.
It was really good.
We didn't have a beach one, so we had to have 3 shopping.
So we rolled up onto the crew and we were like, hey, you guys want to help us kill Connor? And they were like, we don't like you because Ra was like, I'm going to turn your god into sushi.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So then we
Nothing
left.
productive ever came of Raw. I'm gonna be so honest.
Ra punched a stranger and we all got into a bar fight. I pissed off a troll. And, but at least we distracted the Kraken's grasp enough to go on and get their tentacle, which Sylvie burped again, which attracted the Kraken right in the water, and then they had to fight. And
Yeah,
Sylvie
that's
landed.
totally.
Sylvie landed one hit on the Kraken, took his tentacle, and yoked on out of there.
I almost died.
So then we rolled up to
It was bad.
Connor's hotel room and met up with Brink. We love Brink. Brink's a little changeling, works for Sophia. And Brink was like, kill Connor. Here's the 411 on what's going on in there. Good luck. And then Ra violently shook Connor awake to wake him up and alert him to all of our plans. And still somehow none of us realized that he was evil. And
No, he was just.
Chaotic.
He was so deeply incompetent at times
At
that.
times.
Most of the time.
Hey, I'm gonna be real if you're listening, man. I don't know how the fuck Ross survived as long as he did.
I don't know. But anyway, we...
It was me presenting his
Oh,
death.
yeah.
Oh,
We'll get
okay.
to that. We'll get to that. Don't worry.
I just want to drop a little bit of Ra is not thousands of years old. That's so. How long did he survive? How did he survive that long? He's not been alive that long. That's how. Throwing that in.
Thank you. So, we roll up to the hotel. Ra violently shakes Connor awake and is like, attack Sylvie. And then that's exactly what he did. So, as that was happening, Cho was like, I'm gonna watch Blurk. Oh, Blurk is our boy.
Oh my
Blurk is
god,
a
my
creature, and he's
son.
wonderful. It's called a skin.
He
Just Google
belongs to a
Skitter.
goblin that we tortured. Surely that won't come back to bite us in the ass.
It's my son.
So,
Skitterling, just Skitter.
Blurk was being washed, and Cho was washing her hands, but they were not getting any cleaner because
Oh,
she was participating in assassination. As she was visited by an angel who was like, "You're a good person. Surely I'm not trying to guilt you into stopping the assassination. You good person, you." And then we all went upstairs, and Cho was like, I'm gonna talk to Connor. And then Connor was like, I like murder. I like being bad. It makes me feel good. And then Cho was like, well, Modder's right. Yeah, you caught that one? Cho was like, fireball.
Not by Pitbull.
And then she took a bottle of Fireball, which is canon in the new Pinion universe, poured it into Connor's mouth.
No,
and
it's
then
not.
He exploded so hard that it blew a hole in the hotel roof. And then we dropped the tentacle and got the fuck on out of there.
This
while
is
Rob-
lies about one of the maybe the most dramatic moments that happened in the entire campaign.
And as we were running away from the hotel, Ra was screaming, sushi, 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 because he wanted to go to the sushi shop.
We'll clarify.
And then Cho attacked him, because Cho is a murderous monster now.
So we wanted a parody.
That is not.
So what actually happened?
And then, wait, please save all comments to the end.
The end
No.
is here. You've gone into the parody realm.
No,
No,
I'm
this is
not
She's
day
about
4
to
out of
show
day
you.
5.
So, Cho was like, I feel really bad about committing an assassination. And then Sophia was like, I hear you. I need you to commit another assassination. So, then we went and we, before we committed another assassination, we went to go shopping again. And we met up with Gollybop, and Gollybop,
Frankenstein.
Not Gollybop. What was the other one's name?
I don't think I actually
Wonderful
ever
Whimsies.
asked her name.
We never asked her name?
No.
Oh, we're
I
bad
think
people.
maybe you did.
Uncle would have asked. He's a nice guy.
No, he wouldn't have. He would have.
He would not have. Yes! I'll just tell you the name. You could figure it out somewhere, or you can figure it out during downtime if you want to. Parissa Pinkersnatch.
We spoke to Parissa Pinkersnatch, and she was like, Gollybop Freak News got all the health potions. So then we went to talk to Gollybop, and she was depressed because her pet rock died. And then we are kind of on a side quest to go find the golem over at Mount Kilter with all the health potions that Gollybop made.
So fucking much.
So when we were leaving Silver Stacks, which is the name of the market, we were just minding our own damn business, and then we got run up on. Who could have possibly seen this coming? And this woman was like, "Kiss my boot, Luigi. You tortured my friend." And then Luigi was like, "I didn't mean you any harm."
He's Russian.
Uh,
She was Russian.
No, she was a bad Godfather impression.
Got it. I was like, I don't remember this.
No. Pietro is supposed to have a Russian accent, though. I'm working on it.
Pietro just talks in your voice for now.
You guys were like, I'm going to do this one thing. I'm like, all right, cool. I prepared content for that, prepared voices. And you're like, all right, cool. Now that we're here, we're not going to do that at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, what the frick? Like,
Pietro once,
We don't do
and
that.
it was just Luigi.
why are you lying right now, dude? You ain't doing the recap. You don't have the ability to lie right now.
So, anyway, why would someone during the recap lie? That's so ridiculous. Anyway, so we all got run up on, and she was like, "This is my poop, Luigi." And Luigi was like, let's talk this out. And she was like, no. So then we tried to run up on her, but then she ran up on us, and she was like having her minions kick Luigi on the ground. Cho really just kept him on life support then because he almost died many times. Health reduced to 0 like 3 times in combat.
Healing word, baby.
Healing word.
Who could have thought?
And then Sylvie stabbed the queen and was like, hey, get nat 20, nat 20.
Oh, yeah.
You
Which
always
was
forget
so
that
good.
happens. And then they cleared the area.
Real.
Then at that point, that's when we went and spoke to Gollybop after that, right?
You guys did, but we were running low on time. So I was like, you guys go talk to Gollybop. And then I dropped the document, and I think that Sini read it, and that's been it. Gollybop's depressed, though.
Power rock. What you gonna
Poor
do?
girl.
Anyway, so Sophia is like, I'm going to assert myself as queen, and Brenda was like, I always have liked working under you, ha 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 ha. And then Brenda's like, I will support you in being my queen. So Sophia's like, on this day I will assert myself to become the queen of this island, and on that day, that's when I need you to commit murder. So on this day, while I'm making my speech, you're gonna run up on Natalie, and then Ra is gonna run up on you, and then Ra is gonna commit die. So that is exactly what happened. Natalia was exposed for being an undead. How did that happen? I don't know. Probably because he's a filthy traitor. Anyway, now Sophia is queen. Everyone knows Natalia was an undead. And Sophia's reign is...
A month old.
what's the word I'm looking for? Fragile. I get the impression.
Sophia's reign over New Pinion?
Yeah.
Just happened. So, she currently has the backing of the pirates.
All of them?
The pirates that are like here, it seems like a lot of the unaffiliated pirates were kind of like down for like whoever, provided they were pirates. Because they're, pirates are going to be better. The assumption is that if you are a pirate captain, you will treat the other pirates better because you're part of the representation.
Okay.
Natali was putting himself and citizens of New Pinion above everyone else, so now that's changed. How are the citizens of New Pinion are going to feel about that? Find out soon!
Fuck him! Anyway. So, now Isel has fucked off to somewhere. People were saying that he left, but he didn't leave. He wants to murder again. He has a lust for blood, and is not a taste that he will soon forget. Anyway, now the moon has turned red, which the entire campaign has been the omen that the Embrace, which is the name of the undead army, are on their way to run up on us.
Moon's not red.
Oh, I thought the moon turned red at the end of Act 1. Oh, never mind. That's probably going to happen soon, though. But yeah, that's where we're at. Questions, comments, concerns?
What in the fuck?
So some corrections that
What
he...
about Brain Blast? What?
So backing up.
I'm very confused.
Oh yeah, I guess I never closed up that loose end.
No!
So what happened is we got the Kraken's grasp over
That's not our recap for the
in
entire
order to blame
campaign.
that crew for the death of Connor. Brighton, being a kind of self-righteous prick, and like, Connor was mine, I don't want anyone running up on my shit, went to go chase after Kraken's grasp, which since left Harbor. And I assume Brighton is also gone now, right?
Brighton is currently left. He left. He was trying to leave. By the time he figured out that Connor got murdered and who did it, took some detective work.
Good.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, he knows?
He did some investigation. Yeah, you found out that now that he's done some work or did some work, which is kind of just like putting things on the ship and getting his crew back together because they're not very organized over there. By the time they got it back together, it was daybreak, and the waters come in on daybreak, so you can only leave at night. You come in on night and you leave at night. So he had to stay an extra day, which left the Kraken's grasp a day's run, and then the following night they left.
So Brighton is gone.
Okay.
For now. What other things are you confused about?
Who also Grendo wants the Brotherhood of Steel in on this.
No,
So, for clarity,
not the Brotherhood of Steel. That's from Fallout.
we
said they
the
were
big
like the
strokes you gotta
Brotherhood.
know.
I did not say they like the
As
brother.
someone either
They are
created
the
New
Steel
Pinion,
excess. That's the only
So
similarity.
that's called New Pinion.
No,
Is
Brotherhood
that
of
recently
No!
he tried to form one type of government, and he was deposed because he
Nobody!
was
Oh, okay.
literally undead, a part of an
Natalie.
undead horde, and so a new person rose
Their
up
leader is
instead
Captain
named
Maxon.
Sophia, and she is her reign. I don't know what exactly she's reported to, but what she said to us, and what I assume is still happening in the background, unless Collin corrects me, is that she said she would better relations with pirates, ensure that this was not a place where, other people would get killed, because Tally was entertaining a deal with, what was the nation that's, super...
Oh my gosh, the subplot of the Corona Empire talking with
Yes.
the Tally. Yeah, the Corona Empire still a threat, but they're on the a ways away. They're all right, they're gonna happen eventually. We gotta handle that.
On the
But,
bottom of my list.
Yeah, but the Embrace are happening now.
So, there's an empire called the Crony Empire, which is very against any sort of non-human, any magical entity, which means I would get shot, he would get shot, she'd be fine. Sophia, who's a Naga? Or a snake woman?
Thea? The frick's Thea?
Sophia.
Sophia. Ah, yes. Sophia, who's a Medusa.
She's a hot
That's
lady.
it. Would get shot. So she
I would
is-
save her.
She is saying like this is going to be a safe
smash
place
too.
for people like us.
I
I'm
would
going to
be
make sure
a
the people are
human
okay.
shield.
I'm going to keep free trade coming in and out. I want us to stay a sovereign nation instead of relying on other people for support, which would result in deals where, like, you know, hey, we might have to get rid of others, whatever they end up being. So she came into power. She gave a speech in place of Natalie, who was going to give a speech, and that is the biggest strokes. I don't know how other deeds have come through, but that is the biggest political thing to worry about coming in. And then whatever we do over the 30 days of downtime. I don't know what everyone else has got planned. I know what I suggested. I don't know.
I know what I
you,
planned.
What's wrong? Why are you? Me just don't worry about it. And then I don't know how you're getting introduced or what that's become, but do you have any other questions? Because fuckboy number one over here gave a very biased explanation toward anything.
I think
Number
I was
one would
being more
imply that there's
objective
two.
than you think.
I was counting Raws too.
Got it. Okay. Just making sure it wasn't me.
So do you have any questions?
Did Ra have any benefit to being a part
No.
of? Okay.
Literally not.
An
I'm gonna
extra
be
body.
I'm gonna be so honest with you. I think genuinely the only thing he gave was extra hit points in the pool.
We enjoyed getting to know Ion.
Ion is a wonderful dude. He is a living, breathing fey creature with how much
Him and Luigi were in love.
So
That's
the issue is that he would lie reflexively, and he would act like he has. Well, I told him about this. What's it called? A Bugs Bunny level of just like immortality. Like, haha, I'll just bounce back. But he doesn't. So he just kept getting hit.
It was like, you know how Luigi kept getting shot because he couldn't shut the fuck up initially? It was like that, except like with everyone. Several
Us
times.
included.
Like, the only reason why he survived is because Cho's like, let's not do murder.
We almost sacrificed him to the ocean gods.
She was
Yeah.
like, let's not do murder. Let's not do that.
Yeah. And I did
I would
like,
have.
I kept his like weapons from him.
There is a
Yeah.
certain degree of like you're at the table, so like come on, play with us. But there's also a bit of like, all right, you're not playing with us,
You're
so
playing
you're
against
gonna
us.
die.
Trying to. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And he just
he never
was like a
helped.
cockroach. And he just fucking kept
It
coming
was,
back.
and then if you're listening, it was wonderful to have you, but holy fucking shit, dude.
Yeah.
It was, so, Rod didn't do anything helpful. He ended up trying to kill us in the end because there was a robot that Natalie activated. I don't know. It just kind of came out of left field for us. I assume that there's research we can do to figure out more about that later.
Yeah.
But right now, there are 85 fires and there are 3 water buckets. So we're dealing with what's coming.
Got it.
You know what I
Ion
mean?
has never had a character that has not ended in dying to another member of the party.
That's actually true.
No, the Kobold one shot that scene you ran that we didn't
It's
stream.
true.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because I forced you all to be like as cartoonish as that, because you were kobolds.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
It was so much fun.
that was fun.
Yeah, that's good.
So, any other questions? And this is not like a one-time thing. If you have-
Yes, but no. I'm trying to intake all of the information Jesse just gave me
That was
and
a
then
lot.
figure out what was bullshit and what isn't.
Yeah, the fact that he was lying like half the time did not help.
Name one
Important
lie that I told.
like
Uh,
the
Fireball's
biggest of broad
cannon.
strokes. We set Connor on the Kraken's breath. We killed
Okay, you got me
head.
there. Another.
Exactly.
Sophia.
Aizel
Thea
was always like
joined
that.
Her like
I didn't
side.
say that.
Yes, he did.
Did I?
Yep.
We went to go kill Connor,
I think I
and
just
that
said that
ended
he
with
was committing murder
a
on Unda.
giant ball of fire from the
That's a
sky
good joke.
killing him.
Hell yeah.
This
Maybe it was
resulted in a
Good job,
party
John.
infight. The party was then tasked to kill Natalie, and we ended up, like, we were gonna go talk to him, and it ended up being he's a fucking zombie, so he got murked. Raw died. And then it ended with Sophia giving her speech, which I just gave you the broad strokes of politically. So those are, like, at least in recent memory, those are, like, the big strokes of what happened. As well as the fact that
All of that was 5 days.
the Embrace are also creating camps outside the city.
Sorry,
They're
you're
That's
kidnapping
all it
people.
took. All of us happened in 5 days.
Yeah.
Why were
Very
you
busy
rolling?
5 days, but those are the important things. Oh, the Embrace. Some quick
I
notes
think
on
we're
that.
during
They're making
recap. It
camps
can't be
outside of the
anything
city.
too bad.
They're kidnapping city people. We've seen them convert
that
people.
wrong? Is it
They're
something
using the
that bad?
waterways to walk because they don't breathe. So they'll move through the water and drag bodies up, drag out. We don't know how many there are. We know that they're coming from a tomb.
It's coming for you.
They're coming when the moon turns
He's
red.
rolling to figure out if
We don't know
fireball is
anything else.
canon.
Which I knew that.
So I think I've hit the big strokes. Did I miss anything, DM?
I think you're doing pretty good, and I think that if anyone else has any other questions, they could ask Vega, who's also the lore keeper, or you could just ask me, because I can't shut the hell up.
So I probably will, but my
Yeah.
brain is intaking way too much info right now.
Period, Queen.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
Vega's my funky little lore keeper that we keep
We've
around.
done a lot.
Vega's so good. Vega will
Yeah,
explain
that's
everything
fun.
in a wonderful way with probably like frog gigs.
Okay.
Cool. But now I think that we are good. So there is an inspiration equivalent in this game, but it doesn't work as inspiration previously worked. So nice.
Nice.
I like the idea of keeping previous inspiration. It's one reroll, so just keep that in mind. So which one of you guys feel? Everyone vote. Who do you think deserves the inspo recap?
Damn.
We got one for Simi. We got one for Jesse. Roll off
you.
between the two of you.
Okay.
D20?
D10.
Whip it out.
Or
Whip
D10
it
system
out.
days.
I think it's 1. So that's 6.
Yep.
So you get it.
Huh.
Jesse gets it. Nice.
Icky cookie.
Jesus
Gross.
Christ.
Why the frick did you just say it?
You know what else that's called? Because I looked it up.
We don't know. We don't need to know what else it's called. We're moving on. So,
Like the fucking
Wait.
band.
oh my gosh.
You looked it up.
We're 40
Yeah, I had to
minutes
see if
in.
it was real.
Did you think I made that up?
Yes!
I didn't want to know this.
How would I make that up?
Can we
I don't even have
continue?
a dick.
How do we open this up, DM?
We continue.
How do you want to do this?
Sorry.
With cookies out of the way.
Yeah. Okay. So as we currently are, three of you have met each other and have figured out like your situation, what's going on yet. As I mentioned, you, Soleil, have not joined the party yet, and you guys don't know each other. So I will ask if at any point during our 30 days of downtime, which you guys all have to spend doing your various things and making various roles, try to find some time, preferably early on, where there's a scene where you guys are both in the same area working towards similar goals. So you guys can like have that natural like, oh, we're both researching the undead.
Hang on, let me pull up my
Yeah.
my 30 days.
Oh, you
Oh.
also did downtime.
Yes.
Oh,
Good.
I will be in the library fairly early on.
cool.
What are you researching?
My boy, Samson.
For fuck's sake. This dude. We got undead coming. Theology later.
Got 30 days.
Theology
fine.
now.
No.
30 days, you're fine. Alrighty. I will say though, because we previously left off, the 17th of Drywood, you guys killed Natalia and Sophia rose to power. You guys did also spend some time finding out any undead guards and murking them too, which seemed to be a small amount of Natalia's force. But that was how you guys spent the 17th, as we are on the 18th. Some events might happen day to day. Some things might just be like minor things that you guys know about, not necessarily things you guys have to handle. Like, for instance, on the 18th, I think especially Sylvia would know, Grenda has started constructing a bank. And that's just one of the things she's doing right now. That's the thing she's doing. So, as you guys are on the first day of downtime, why don't we all go around and say what we're going to do and how we're going to be spending our first day? Who would like to go first?
I can go first because I already said what I was going to be doing.
Yeah.
I am going to hit the books. I am going to be sorting out and starting to read everything that Natalia has on Samson.
Okay. It's the first day of that. And then, what was everyone else doing?
I'm pulling up my downtime real quick.
Pulling up a downtime? Also pulling up your downtime?
Was it in handouts or scheduling, chatting, your opinion?
What are you looking for? Your
The downtime thread.
The downtime is in chatting.
That's it.
Where's the list of things?
Great, congrats.
Oh, mine
it's
was
I have
separate.
it still
It's in my
broken down
notes,
in
sorry.
hours.
Well, you're gonna have to give it to me day by day as we move along then, because just what you want to spend your time on.
Can I adjust mine? Because the way I have it, I probably won't be interacting with anyone yet.
You can adjust it. That's
Okay.
fine. I was also partially, I've been hammering you guys about like, give me downtime for the last 2 months. That way so I could figure out what you guys were interested in. But now that I was able to flesh out like a system a bit of how long things are going to spend, we're gonna be good to go. I also
Okay.
think I quoted you 7 days for what's it called? For Samson. I think we're gonna use.
Let me see. I think it was 5.
Maybe we're gonna do the previous like research.
4.
We're gonna do the previous research thing, where like you ask questions and based upon your research, I give you answers,
Okay.
and based upon your role. So, you're gonna be researching for the next 3 days. So
4 days.
you're gonna spend 4 days and get an edge.
Yeah, it says all. Well, I want to spend all 4 days reading.
Okay. How long does it remind me? Because I didn't memorize those rules. Downtime. Researching 3 days. Yeah.
Okay.
Researching is 3 days, but you can spend another day for an edge, and another day for another edge on top of that, and get a double edge. Or you could spend 1 day and take a double bane and just see if you could get through it.
Say if I take 3 days and I maybe don't roll so well,
Mhm.
realistically, I could just say, I'm not happy with what I did. I'm going to spend 2 more days on this and make that decision then now.
You're gonna make the rolling decision and on like whichever day you're gonna commit to it. So like,
Okay.
I will let you know that if you spend a total of 5 days with the double edge, you're gonna get something.
Okay.
Because the minimum you can roll is tier 2.
I'm going to spend max.
Oh, hold
so
it.
that was 5.
Tier 1 you can roll again the next day without spending 2 more days. Tier 2 is 2 questions. Tier 3 is 5. Cool.
Okay. So we said 5 days for.
So
the
you're
double
gonna
edge?
spend 5 days. We'll get to that then. What's everyone else doing on their first few days?
Would you like to go?
Sure. I would be spending the time training Blork.
So glad you did that. Otherwise, he was going to come out heavily nerfed, or not heavily nerfed, but just very
Don't
not
be mean to my
nerfed.
son.
He was going to have very little stamina and very little recoveries. So, how many? Training Blork. Let's say you spend 3 days training Blork, and then you get to roll, and then I'll boost Blork's stats a little bit to the point where he won't just die upon impact
Yay!
in combat.
That's huge, actually.
It will be a maneuver to get Blork out.
My son.
Yeah.
Oh, maneuver's really good.
Yeah, maneuver. Pop him out, and now he's entered the combat, and he's part of the initiative order.
Yay.
So what is Soleil doing this time?
Soleil's gonna spend the first day investigating Pietro.
Pietro is currently not here, so I'll let
Okay.
you know. You could investigate him, but you have
I
to
will
investigate
wait.
him while he's not here.
I will wait.
Okay.
So I'm gonna spend the first 5 days researching the embrace.
Ooh, and what?
You beat me to it!
And what is
Embrace.
Cho doing?
Well,
You guys could just also investigate the embrace because you get a number of questions which I'll answer.
So I feel like
But you guys obviously haven't met me yet. So
no, I
like-
know. So here's. Can I ask her a question about her downtime?
No, because you don't know her. But if you were already going to go investigate the embraced, you guys could both go investigate the embraced. If you guys both asked a total of like 10 questions, you'll get a lot of info.
Yeah.
And like I feel like the questions will still be helpful.
So the thing is, I was going to do my research later because
Mhm.
first things first for Cho
Mhm.
is this city needs a lot of infrastructure work.
Mm.
So she was going to start looking. I think the first thing she wanted to figure out was the feasibility of walls and how,
Yeah.
where they could encompass, how long it would take for each estimate, and
A section of the city is 5 days. The entire city is 15 days, and the city is also encompassing the farms is 25 days.
Okay,
And that's
so-
like you like leading it.
so that's me like.
That's you spending 25 days to encompass the entire farms.
So, a query for you.
Mhm.
If, say, Grenda is leading a project to build a bank, this
Mhm.
sort of implies that NPCs can lead projects on their own, right?
Yeah, NPCs, like I have NPCs right now, they're doing projects.
Would I be able to find an NPC within Sophia's crew and either like a diplomacy role, a persuasion role, but ask them, like, hey, here's what I want to do. I genuinely don't have enough time to oversee it myself. Can you do it and I get daily updates?
Everybody's doing things. You can't like, they're doing things as well. They're doing things for Sophia, or they're doing things for them. So if you want this project done, like, don't get me wrong, Sophia might eventually start putting up walls
Yeah,
on
eventually.
her own. But if like you got to start on it now, they get to be done quicker. Or then also you can be like, oh, I'm gonna put walls. Well, Sophia's already working on the walls
on the city. So I want to tack on some for like the area around. That's
Yeah.
only going to add another 10 days. I can spend that, and then we get more walls.
So,
It's up to you.
so does that also work in reverse? If I put down walls, Sophia will add on walls later?
If you put down like, say you want to put walls around the silver stacks, really protect your magics and little gnome happy boys over there. You could spend 5 days on that, and then that would also help out a little bit if Sophia was going to put around walls around the city.
Has she mentioned when she plans to get to the walls?
Yep.
Okay. What was the thing again? 5 for like the inner city, 10 for the city, 25 for...
5 for a section of the city, 15 for the entire city, 25 for the encompassing with the farms as well.
Shit, the estimate went up. Oh.
Tell you what, I'm gonna come back to you real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
So I think regardless, you're gonna spend. We may end up coming back to you, but we're gonna spend some time over here. We're moving day by day. So you wanted to figure out some information about Samson. Spending researching for 3 days.
3 days is what I need for double edge.
3 days is what you need to roll for straight, and then double edge is 5.
Okay, so I'll take 5 days for
You
it.
do 5 days. All right. Anybody who's spending less than 5 days? You're spending 5 days?
Oh, less than or more?
Less than. You're spending how many days did we say training block was?
3-ish. Will
Sure.
that do much?
Sure.
Or should I just do the 5?
Blork, as he currently is, has 6 stamina, and I'm gonna say 5 recoveries, which is not much.
It's not a lot, but it's something. It's more than what he would have had, which is important.
So you can spend 3 days and either boost his stamina by 2 or his recoveries by 1. Was a successful roll. So if you're gonna spend 3 days doing that, okay, go ahead and roll me intuition. If you've got any skills that you want to add on to that, let me know. And then what is Cho doing right now?
15 for the city without food?
15 for the city. That's just walls.
Right now?
2d10.
I don't leave it. 25 for food too.
No, this is just walls.
No, like 25 to get the farms and the city walls.
Oh, for food. What did we say for food was? I'll put it in your thing, I think.
Yeah, I think that we
He's the only one who
talked.
cared. Everyone else is like, now they can starve.
Yeah, you're so nice. So we're all like,
So like, if I remember, like the initial thing I think was like 10 days to build a wall, but that excluded the food, and then 10 days to secure food. But I also realized that was before like a concrete system. That was like you shotgunning out like ideas for days, I think. And I could also be misremembering because I have worms in my brain.
I'll just make decisions right now. It doesn't matter. Yes, that is 2d10. Just
just
go.
needed to check.
I will say that for a small group like yourself, 3 days for there's got to be somewhere I put somewhere, but oh well. For a small group such as yourself, I will say, and you want to get food like a decent stockpile, I'll give it 3 days.
Oh, it
For,
was
like-
8 days.
8 days? Where is it?
It's pinned in chatting, new Pinion.
Oh, there it is. Yes, securing food for self 2 days, for small faction 8 days, for new Pinion 10 days.
Ah. I don't see it. Something to think to it. Cool.
I'll ping you in my. I copied in my
Cool.
little thing for that reason. Ooh, let me ping you at.
Oh, it's in the downtime thread.
Yeah, I
You should've
both.
specified.
I rolled and got a 9.
I pinged you.
A 9? You spend the next 3 days, and Blork very much appreciates it, as you are enjoying time with Blork, and Blork's enjoying time with you. You've managed to get him to stop playing dead as often,
Okay.
but
Sick.
that's about as far as you've gotten for your 3 days spending with Blork, as Tier 1 is a failure.
Ow.
But Blork likes you, and now you're spending time with Blork.
Okay. That's so sweet.
You do not care.
The
okay?
least enthusiastic.
So sweet. Oh, I love you. Blake.
Cool. Yeah, do it. All right, cool. So you're getting food?
Can we start off?
Yes.
How many recoveries? I'm so sorry.
You start off with he starts off with 5 recoveries and 6 stamina.
I suppose making the walls first, and then is it still 10 days for food for all of New Pinion, or finding a stable food source for New Pinion?
New Pinion, it is 10 days
Yes,
to
so
get.
15 for the walls, 10 for the food. That's 25 days or so, right?
Okay.
So 5 more. Yeah,
Well, give me your first thing you're doing.
walls.
Walls. For how big?
Like how tall?
No, like, are you doing it for a section?
Sorry. The 15-day option around the city.
Around the city. Gotcha. So you're gonna go ahead and do that. So we're gonna get to you in a bit because we got other things going on.
That's absolutely fair.
So-
is this with Edge, Bane?
No, the straight roll.
Straight.
You can spend less days to take Banes
Fuck that.
or more days to get edges. But we'll get to that in a bit. You can decide that because I think you might end up. Things are gonna happen during this time as well. So, how many days were you spending researching?
5.
5? Nice. So I'm going to move 3 days ahead because that's the minimum win that we had. So Gren is constructing a bank. On the 19th of Drywood, the citizens of New Pinion revolt. They do not like Sophia, and as such, any interactions with the citizens of New Pinion until the revolting has gone down will take a bane. So if you guys want to do any sort of interactions with them, it's going to suck until this gets fixed. If you want to go ahead and try and fix that up today and remove one of your days.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
How? Okay, tell me how Cho tries to convince the citizens of New Pinion that Sophia is a great idea.
So, firstly, they organize, I assume, into like general groups with like a speaker, or are they all just screaming things, or like how did they do this?
There's like a few people who are speaking, but like there's no one in particular that seems to be leading
Okay,
at the moment.
There's not even anyone that people like defer to for organization. It's just individuals screaming at the wall.
They don't seem to be organized like this. It seems like they had a leader.
They
They did. You murdered him,
Which
okay.
one?
Natalie.
Natalie, and he's currently his undead body is like on like a pike,
So she.
all one
run up
limb
on
and a
us.
torso of it.
So what Cho will do is, I assume like what happened is like she went out to go like I gotta go meet with the dudes to figure out like the structure for the wall, and then like it's like
Okay.
there's just like gaggle of people screaming at the wall. She's like, okay. She'll like step out and she'll try to, like, in some fashion get them all to like one at a time, so that way I can hear you, or like
Okay.
file into groups about your problem.
Tell you what, why don't you go ahead and try and make a presence roll?
Let me see my presence. 1 second. Would empathize or persuade help at all here?
Yeah, either one.
And what did that do again? Like the
Plus 2.
Plus 2. So then presence, so 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is 2, 14, 18.
18?
Yes.
Very nice. Within 1 day, you managed to calm the people, as
Okay.
you've gotten a tier 3 result. And they have managed to subside, and Sophia is grateful.
Great, Queen, help me with the fucking wall now.
She's doing stuff. She's putting things together.
We will build a wall and Cho will pay for it.
Cho's paying for it with.
And
you
the
know-
immigrant will pay for it.
You know Cho is already like albino? There's silver hair, like gray hairs coming out of her fucking self at this point. She's like,
Lovely.
whole day.
4.
Okay, she's 5. Thanks. But yes.
Yeah, you're an adult as a null, which is 5.
They grow quick.
The third day, and this is the final day for training a Blork that you've spent. There does not seem to be any notable events happening. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the 4th day. What's your next thing you want to do?
So,
You try training Blork again.
not right now.
Okay.
Because the revolt's happening, right?
No, Joe solved it in a day.
Okay, Queen.
The people. I know him.
So I think at this point, I want to investigate the pirate captains.
Which one?
Pietro.
Ooh. So he's not here right now. You can still investigate his crew and stuff and figure out what's going on right now.
Yeah, because he ran out of that inn pretty
There's
fast.
going to be a limited amount of information that you can get, but you can spend, I believe, investigating.
Would it
He's
be
an
more
ally?
beneficial if I waited a couple
Investigating
more
ally
days?
is like a day. Hang on, I'm opening up my.
Or should I
Yeah, I think so.
should
Yeah,
I
one day.
start with a different captain?
Investigating ally is 1 day, but because he's not here, you will take a bane. But you spend 2 days, evens out.
I'm actually going to investigate and work with Sophia.
You're going to investigate Sophia?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, cool. She is your ally, so it'll take 1 day. So go ahead and what are you using to investigate on her? How do you investigate?
Oh, well, I mean, Sylvia is already uneasy with the chain of command that has happened. I think she would just be very like perceptive of like who's around Sophia, what's going on, like what's being whispered about, like more so of like that like secretive like what's going on kind of vibes. Because I assume Sophia probably has tasks for Sylvie.
So you're asking around.
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead and roll me presence then. If you got any skills that you feel like would be applicable, let me know.
16.
Ooh. Yeah. That is a tier 2 result, and as such, you're gonna get a few. What do you want to know? You get 2 questions
2 questions.
that I will answer based upon the quality of your question and whether or not that's actually possible. You're like, what's her deepest, darkest inner secret? I'm like, no, you haven't figured that out.
Is she in love with me?
Or you're gonna answer that and be like, does she like me?
No. I guess one question that I have been thinking about is like, why does she feel like she is the better option?
Okay. Yeah. Why does she feel like she's a better option? She, looking around, because you guys are currently staying at the Rose's Neck Hotel, as you are going to go research and Cho's handling of the wall, and also the revolt that she was managed to handle mostly by herself, which is very impressive. There's part of her that you're getting the vibe of she has a lot of pride in herself, and like she genuinely does believe in herself. And you think that the meeting a while ago when she said that she wanted this to be a place for people who are more monstrous, that's genuine.
Okay.
That it also might have been part of her spin that she was going to put on Cho to be like, hey, we're both monstrous, like let's work together. But she also genuinely wants a place where people like her can be, where people like Brink don't have to like disguise themselves. That they can
Okay.
just exist. That's your first question.
Trying to figure out how to word my
She
question.
needs
Mhm.
slaps right now.
What are you thinking?
Because I asked like why she thinks that she would be the better one, but I guess I like what subject? No.
Yeah.
I guess more so of like what is besides her like alliance to her own pride and her own like ego. Does she even like really have some sort of alliance with the people of Pinion?
Ooh, do people in New Opinion actually like her?
Kind of, but more so like does she even like actually like care about what happens, or is this more of like a I want to take power and control over this because it'll be a space where like people that are monstrous are up there, but also like I like power kind of like vibe.
So does she actually have a connection with people in New Opinion?
Yeah.
So in her intro speech, she said that a long time ago, the Sundered Remains, which they were like one continent together, or Quotapolik, I believe. To check my presentation on that, even though I wrote it. that the Dragonborns and Medusa lived alongside each other. That's one of her. She said in her opening statement. That entirely a lie. They did not have an opinion. They did not have a relationship between each other. Medusa's the entire crew is like, I didn't know they did that, and there's someone like, you're right, you didn't know they did that. A little wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and it's like she's manufacturing a history.
So she's like.
She has no connection to these people, not really. She had a connection to Pietro, and Pietro had something with this apparently, and she just kind of came in and
my next person.
took it. She came in and took it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, that's the.
That's my 4th day.
Yeah, 4th day. We are getting to the 5th day. Right. So we are going to get some answers this day.
Ooh.
But I will also let you guys know, because you're 1 day behind working on the walls, but you spent.
I've got 4 days on wall, 1 day on revolt.
Okay, cool. If you want to transfer those walls over to like a smaller area and like move on, let me know.
I'm gonna. As it goes on, I'm sure you're gonna have more color balls, but right now we're gonna try to just get the city and fucking. And at worst comes to it, we're like, okay, we're gonna call it there and get some farms going.
Maybe. Okay, cool. The 4th day, an event has happened. Last night, 0 ships came in. None.
Interesting take.
Ships typically come in every night, even just a few. Typically come in. 0 ships came in. Okay, cool.
Did any leave?
Did any leave? Yeah.
I'm be so real with you, I do not have time to investigate missing ships. I gotta fucking.
0 ships came in.
Let's do.
Okay, so who wants to go ahead and ask their questions first? Who wants to go ahead and roll first?
I can roll first.
Okay, give me a reason roll. And then if you've got an applicable skill, I'll let you do it. And then I'll give you...
Ooh, I have religion.
Ah, that'll do.
Okay, so reason. So a roll plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
That is 9 plus 3, 12 plus a double bang gives me a 2-3 result.
Nice. So you get 5 questions.
Cool. I wrote 5 questions.
Nice. Very good job.
So
You eked over the edge of tier 2 with the double thing to get to tier 3. Good job, man.
So, according to Samson, what is the best use for strength?
So the books that you are reading, they are Natalie's books, specifically about the relationship of March and Samson from the viewpoint of Quetzalcoatl and of outside areas. And so there are a few different competing theories, as in any larger religion, they will have different things for it. But a few things that there are for worshiping Samson. That strength in itself is an act of worship of Samson. The second one is your own progression, and that being stronger and demonstrating that is an incessantly good action. And the third one is protecting those who can.
Okay.
And that one seems to come from areas outside of March more than areas inside of March.
Where does that come from? Just generally outside of March, or does that originate anywhere?
Generally outside of March, but specifically Alaterra as well. So it's like a general thing, but like Alaterra as well.
Okay. Anything else on that?
Now for that question.
Okay.
First question.
So, what is the purpose of mercy?
The purpose of mercy is to prove that you are strong enough that you do not have to even mete out justice here, that it will happen on its own.
Okay. What is the ideal use of peacetime, and what should be done with it?
The ideal use of peacetime is preparing for war. That peace is a rest, and that war is the natural state.
Okay. How originally did March come to follow Samson?
That's a great question. And so you already had an answer to this as your character, but now it's been confirmed
Okay.
by outside books.
that Samson himself founded March. So
Okay.
he was like the originator. Like there's always been March, as far as anyone can ever tell, and that March is the holy nation of Samson.
Okay. Cool. And last question: how can a follower best embody the will of Samson?
So there's a few different. Naturally, as you're delving into several days worth of religious scholarships, there will be a few different aspects of it. But protecting March as a homeland, abstaining from all other comforts in terms of there's an underlying disregard for specifically romantic love. That it is a distraction and of an insanity. That familial, love, totally valid and very powerful, but romantic love is blind. And there's the disregard amongst that. But asking the question again.
How can a follower best embody the will of Samson?
Partially what you've already been doing of praising his name loudly and doing glorious deeds.
So this has been right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you've been doing the right thing amongst Samson. There is some parts of like not running away and like standing your ground and protecting those that are weaker than you. But that's kind of like, oh yeah, and also do that. It's like the way that you've been embodying a sensor of Samson. It's making you feel better because you're doing basically the right thing. And these books are like, yeah, and some of them are kind of like, yeah, and we don't like Samson the God as much, but it's like, yeah, you're an outside of Pinion though. Yeah, but it's like, I have the God of Strength, so naturally there's going to be people who are jealous.
Okay. Follow up on something that you just said. If romantic love is not something to be pursued, how are the people of March supposed to multiply to have the next generation of followers of Samson?
It's duty.
Okay.
Also, March by slaves.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I think it's hilarious, the idea of just laying down in bed. No, babe. This is not even babe. No, insert name here. This is the duty of Samson. And then the woman is like, I agree.
Don't get me wrong, there are definitely still romantic relationships that happen. People still end up doing that. Some people are like, no, there's like strength in this. And people are like, no, it's blind.
Mm-hmm.
So, the disregard for romantic love.
Okay.
You have 5 questions. You have a roll to make as well, don't you?
Ooh.
Go ahead. You got double edge as well.
Quickly,
I also. Oh,
while I'm in here for 5 days, would I have seen Soleil, who was also in here for the
I
first
think
podcast?
that at this, I'm gonna answer the questions, and then we're gonna have a scene between you guys two as you guys meet each other.
Okay, cool.
I have a skill in monsters.
Ooh, that will help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
So that on top of reason would be another +4.
Yes.
Cool. 17.
17. Oh. Which you didn't even need the double edge. Yeah, you got 5 questions to ask about the Embrace. What do you want to know?
When is the earliest recorded sighting of the Embraced?
So there is, as you're reading through these books, they are treating the Embraced as this like apocalyptic event. These books are written after the Embrace kind of came to be. The recorded event of the Embrace is like 5 years sundering, like before sundering. And that was like, well, if you're also counting just Dracula in general, they don't have like a date for that, but she was existing pre the Embraced, and the idea that she had like an undead army also existed in the Shadowfell, but they weren't calling themselves the Embraced at that point. They were just Dracula's army. The Embrace came to be when they were Terran. Next one.
What is the suspected hierarchy of the Embraced in terms of like who's leading generals, things like that.
Yeah. Dracula at the top. And this is a bit of like, okay, this is how it was at that point. It was Dracula at the top, and then like high vampires, and then it would be either dreadlords or white lords, which served as like mid generals. And then below those there would be like whites who could command WIGHT, which is also they also were called once men. The whites, which would lead zombies and skeletons and whatnot, and then there was mages who would also have like some summoned creatures, but that's a little bit fuzzy in terms of what they were. They were more of like specialized units maybe, but it seemed like the strict regiment was Dracula, high vampires, white lords and dread. I just said the other thing. The two like lord types, and then whites, and then like rank and file. And there might be like differences in between them, but it's like squad leaders and stuff. It's like, yeah, we're getting there. So,
What was Dracula's purpose in kind of, and this might be stuff that's already answered, but I don't know it yet.
yeah.
What was Dracula's purpose for kind of causing the Embrace to rise back up?
Invasion of Terror and blotting out the sun.
Oh, fuck! Stakes are higher than I thought. It's like, oh damn, they want the fucked up islands.
Perhaps we
Okay.
can convert her this episode.
Shut the fuck up!
Does Joe say that?
Is she
Does Joe say that?
Holy shit.
I just want to. Joe just snaps.
Luigi just read that
Is
he's
she
been
single?
doing this all right. So
Dracula?
Yeah.
Prepare for war then,
Guys, I
fuck boy.
got
Help with the walls!
It's a free question. I'll give you that.
Yay.
I'll give you the free
that was
question.
fun.
Dracula
For
single,
the
whatever.
rest of my downtime working on
Guys, I got this. Don't worry about it.
Help with the
We gonna fuck Dracula.
I'm trying to help you with the walls.
Okay,
I need to recruit someone else to recruit.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Sadie is good though. I think she's mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
The question 4 would be kind of what is the best way to fight the Embrace? What's the best way to kind of fully take out the Embraced? Or what is it, like an effective way?
So some of the scholarships talks about like how they tried to destroy the Embraced in head-on fights, and generally that's like wasn't great. When you had a stronger presence of like holy warriors, that was much more helpful, as they helped out just generally. But then there's also specifically targeting higher ups and generals and stuff, as the discovery of a lot of zombies and skeletons are very regimented until you destroy the nearby white or whoever is like their leader over them. Then they start becoming undisciplined and unruly, and not unruly, but just like lacking focus. And it's like the skeletons would be in a line and they'd all shoot together, but without a better, like a white, like commanding them what to do, they would fall apart. Or they would like take their own shots, and that just doesn't work as well. So targeting the higher ups is better.
Okay. And then the last question would be, I didn't think I was gonna get 5 questions, so I'm like kind of thrown off a little bit. Would be kind of, I guess, like, does weaponry need to be like imbued with anything? Does regular old weaponry,
Yeah.
rapiers, bows, and arrows?
So there are some enemies that regular weapons work on just fine. Any of the like more corporeal zombie creatures work just fine. And skeletons and whatnot, that works pretty good on them. There are the incorporeal, the shades and shadows and ghosts and not ghasts, where it's like you need more specific weapons. And then also
when you start getting higher up the ladder, it starts being a like this high vampire. You stabbed at them, but they just grabbed the tip of your sword, and it's like this is not going to do anything to me, and then I'm going to throw you through a building. So there is a power scaling to them, but in general, the rank and file, yeah, regular weapons work on them just fine.
Okay.
Some of them said that it was better if you salted the weapon, or put holy water on it. That's about it.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. But that's day 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. And
I'm still on day 4.
you're still on day 4. Oh, what do you want to do for day 5?
So for day 5, what do I have? Sorry, I was looking up.
You're good.
So I think I would spend a day trying to learn more about Rosalind.
Ooh. Okay. She's not a direct ally right now. You could go for it though. She's just kind of a
Would
neutral.
it still be
par-
one day?
You could, but you'll take a double Bane. She's investigate other.
Just 3.
3 days. But you can take, as normal, you can take 2 days off and take Banes for it. Up to you.
Okay. So I'd realistically be spending like 3 days. Am I understanding
3 days,
that
and you get
correctly?
to 3 days is a straight roll. 1 day, and whatever tier you get, we reduce it by 1. So if you get a tier 3 result, you get tier 2 result. So the best you can get is 2 questions.
Okay, so that's what that means.
Yes.
Okay, I was confused. I
You could-
apologize. Okay. So yeah, I'll do that.
Our own little homebrew rules here that we have for this. Yeah. Continue. Aggressive. So how many days are you spending?
Just the one.
Just the one? Cool.
Last one, I was only gonna be like.
Just roll a crit to be good.
That.
Well, did you roll a crit? No, that sucks.
Sorry, didn't mean to ting right in the microphone.
So, yeah, imagine you were doing the same investigation, so you're going to add your presence. And then if you add any skills,
How much is it for skills?
oh, well, what skill? +2.
So if I were to sneak, I'd get +2.
Oh, yeah.
So then 14.
14, but with a double Bane, it's tier 1, nothing.
Gay!
I will tell you this, though, because I'm a nice GM, don't you forget that. While investigating, spending 1 day and not able to find anything, you do find out one piece of information. Back at the Roseneck Hotel, Brink is also investigating them.
Brink is also investigating Rosalind?
I love Brink.
How would I have learned that?
Chit chat.
Okay.
Brink's not hiding anything from you.
I'm not either.
That you know of.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So that's the 5th day. Let's move on to.
One question. You said once every 3 days I could roll for recruitment. Does that count while I'm doing other stuff, or do I have to take 3 days?
Take 3 days.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. At the beginning of the 6th day, an event happened.
What?
Pietro returns.
Yippee!
He's back from the jungle. And he has some information. The Embraced are in fact real. He's got one.
What
Like
a champ!
alive?
He's got a ghoul. Yeah.
Like alive, not dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, undead, but you know, it's good they
You know
got.
what I mean.
The undead's missing some limbs, but
That's fine.
and that the undead army have been mostly attacking the frogmen in the jungle so far.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not guys with the drug, honey.
You have no connection to that, though.
Did he say how well the frogmen are holding up?
I do. Luigi doesn't.
Not well.
Not well. Are they moving toward us? Like the frogmen coming to the city to try to find shelter, or are they?
Fling
They're-
south.
I want to spend my 6th day talking to Pietro.
You want to investigate him? Okay. Does anyone else want to spend their 6th day?
I was also gonna investigate.
Wall.
A big thing
Wall.
that I want. to
Keep
do.
track of how many days you've been doing this wall, bud.
I have 5 so far.
Okay. You're investigating Petra?
Yep.
What are you
I'm gonna
doing?
investigate Sophia real quick.
Let's get Sophia. Nice.
There is one thing I really want to know from
Wasn't there gonna be an event though between?
Yes. Oh, I'm so
Soleil
sorry.
and
So
Luigi.
as
Remember.
you guys are like, I met. I don't do romance in stories. For some reason, I'm like, it's a meet cute. You guys reach for the same book, but I don't know why you guys attach the same book at all.
Maybe like
Samson, the Embraced are like two
So,
very different things.
If you would describe Luigi and how he looks like.
Luigi is a tiefling man. Red, he's got some horns going on here. Bald, which I did not know was not implied, but yes, he's bald.
not implied at all.
I didn't actually know
He would
that.
not be wearing his armor here because he's just in a library, but he will be wearing a suit and an ascot as he is reaching for his book. And you can also see he's got a
That's how I
long
dress him.
barbed tail.
Remember I dressed my children?
I forgot.
That was also a big part that we forgot, is that I dressed everybody in really fancy clothing to meet Sophia.
That's so important and not all.
It is important.
If it's any
He has
comfort-
an ascot now.
I do have
It's
an
a
ascot
staple
now.
of his outfit.
It is.
And I bought that.
I can't get like
That's
something
fair.
about
Not bad.
Ascot is so like this dude.
He's
Luigi's got
giving,
himself an ascot. It's a really nice one.
Okay.
It's made of silk.
yeah, like I paid good money for it.
Yeah.
I don't dress my children in cheap shit.
My slave owner
Thanks,
paid
Mom.
good money for it.
Sure did.
Oh,
What's
you
in
forgot
your
about
slave
the
owner?
Oh, also, he's on his ear. The top is made of leather.
Okay.
You would understand that as well as if you were previously a slave, you get your ear clipped. So,
And when you're free, you get a leather
you're-
ear.
so Soleil, do you want to describe your character?
I do. So Soleil is a human, very bland. She is wearing, I feel like, just very traditional, like, pirate garb. She's a pirate. And she also has a little leather thing on her ear as well. She did not take her weapons off, so she is fully equipped. She's got her shield and, like, a rapier, and then she also has a bow and arrow strapped to her back as well.
One arrow.
Just a single, no, it's like a string of arrows.
That's all I need.
Sit back up.
It's unlimited.
Yeah.
So, as you guys see each other in the library, is there anything you guys want to say to each other?
You've been doing a lot of research on the undead lately. What is your experience with this war so far?
I'm trying to do as much research as I can, so that way when Pietro returns, I can give him some knowledge.
You serve Pietro? Do you work under him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for how long?
13 years. Yeah, 13.
I'm fairly new to the island myself. What do you think of him? I mean, you must like him if you've been working under him 13 years.
He saved me from slavery, so I owe a lot to him.
Okay. Do you think that he'd be, how do you think he is, like, with this whole situation with Sophia? I know he was kind of bidding for leadership himself.
I don't know why he's listening to Sophia.
Oh, you're not a fan of Sophia.
I think he would be a way better person to lead
Why?
because he has done more than most to try and rescue as many slave children as he can. And we have been sailing the seas for years saving them, and I don't know why all of a sudden we're not. I don't know why he's listening to Sophia.
Perhaps he is more fit to lead, but, again, have not been here that long. I'm happy that someone who you describe in such good light is working with Sophia at the very least.
I think she's just gonna turn around and walk away.
Yeah, I think I'll go back to reading my book at that point. That's all I got to say.
not giving very enemies
Okay.
to lovers hotels.
I think it's just enemy standings.
I'm trying to be
it's
nice, and you're
just-
just like.
No, it's just Soleil does not trust people
That's fair.
very easy. So
What
she's
about-
just kind of cold.
What about mutant-looking gnolls?
You're not mutant looking, you're angel looking. Unfortunately, you're also, as everybody knows, you're a cannibal race.
I did destroy my entire hometown.
You're a monster, dude.
I've been eating fruits. I avoid living creatures.
As long as you serve Samson, that is all.
I'll fucking kill you.
I'm gonna like stop you right there. Fuck Samson.
Fuck you! Samson didn't do anything to you.
I'm gonna just
Didn't
so,
do
I'm gonna
anything
be-
to help me either.
Bestie, I'm gonna be
So
so real with you. You preach Samson, you got your ass handed to you by some goblins. So like, let's pump the brakes.
She praised Samson too. You remember that at the start of the fight?
Yeah, so she's more of a Samson champion.
You remember her calling out
Samson.
Samson as all of Samson are bullies, one and all, and she like trash talked him to your face?
You got
Yes,
You
she's
got-
not a Samson worshiper.
you got schooled, dude.
are you in a cult?
It's giving very cold
Luigi's in a
vibes.
cult. Luigi was raised in a cult.
It's
I thought
giving
that was
very
pretty
cold
clear.
vibes.
Gonna be real.
I think you're doing a good job of being like, this is the only worldview that exists. It's like, that's a weird thing to think. And you're like, you're not a follower, I kill you. It's like, oh, that's a weird thing to think. Yeah. I think you're doing a good job of role playing Luigi so far.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. But you guys have met up briefly, and I imagine that also your own both experiences. I think you guys can, just with your knowledge of the backstories you guys both have, I think you can both identify each other as people who are physically and warlike strong. So, use that how you'd like.
Okay.
But sixth day, Pietro has returned. People wanted to investigate Pietro, so we're going to go ahead and do that first. How are you doing this?
Well, I was really curious as to because I assume he probably is back at the hotel.
No, he's staying in a different place.
Okay, so he's now separated from Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go and
He's with his crew.
Yeah, I would go to his boat.
Okay, cool. And what do you? How are you getting information there?
I would just request to
You're
see
just gonna
Pietro.
ask him?
Yeah. I've
Okay.
done nothing to show otherwise that I would be a threat.
Okay. This might actually, let's make this a scene instead. So instead of doing a downtime thing, we're going to do a scene, and this is going to be 2 days of downtime. Although I always think that we're going to finish more in 1 day than we actually are. So you are walking up into. I named the place at one point, but I've forgotten the name of all these things. It's sufficiently old and rusty.
Well, then I might have it. If I
You
can
might
find it.
have it. If you have it, let me know. I'll give you an edge.
I believe in you. I believe.
Unless
in
I
you.
find it
believe in
first.
I don't, so.
I found it already.
Cunt.
Drunken Lotus.
Yes. Fuck.
You just found it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Drunken Lotus. So you go to the Drunken Lotus. As you walk in, you see there's a number of these older pirates, kind of weather-beaten, worn, talking, and they're all discussing a bit amongst themselves what Pietro's been up to and the crew that he brought in there. What are you gonna do?
So they're all just like chatting amongst themselves. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
some of them are sharing stories. They seem to be toasting.
So they're celebrating something.
Give me an intuition check.
Do you have any skills that apply?
I have interrogate. I have eavesdrop.
Ooh, that'll help.
$10.
10. Best you got?
Because each skill is 2, right?
Yeah.
And then
Are you adding your intuition?
Yeah, it's only 1.
What'd you roll?
A 3 and a 4.
Damn.
You're not able to figure out what they're toasting about, but they do seem to have talking about something. You gonna do?
Just gonna request to see Pietro.
Yeah. You request to see Pietro, and I think that you run into Soleil, who was doing something else during this day, but we're going to do this now. I was saying later on in the day you do this, but earlier you do something
We
else.
could just do it in passing,
Yeah.
like you're leaving the ship or something.
Dragon Lotus. As you walk up to Soleil and say what?
I'm looking for Pietro.
4.
I'm here to talk to him about some of the stuff that's been going on. I work with Brenda.
Soleil's gonna turn around and knock on the door where Pietro is.
Pietro himself does not come out, but Yalm, his first mate, the half-orc man, does come out and opens up the door. You see Pietro, he's kind of like sitting back, like having the chair rock back up a little bit. He's got like the open shirt, like there's like white hairs, curly white hairs in there. He is older, so like I'm gonna go like maybe mid-50s, but he's clearly like he's sailor body like built, and he is duelist built, so he's still like decently muscular, but he's discussing things with people, and his bald head, and he's got some tats. Yeah. So yes.
I was hoping you and I could connect. I don't want to interrupt if you've got some stuff going on.
Oh, we've got the work already. Don't we, Yep. Alright. What do you need?
I wanted to talk to you about the other day. How you ran out of the inn.
Yes, yes, I remember you from there. It's nothing.
I don't believe you.
I feel like with that comment, Soleil, like behind her back, is getting like a dagger ready just in case.
Not that
So?
I just. We all want the same thing for New Pinion. And when you left,
It was not the way we all did.
it was a little alarming. You seemed pretty upset at Sophia.
I did as Sophia asked. I will be leaving in 2 days again to do as Sophia asks.
Why do you keep just doing what she asks?
Someone has to be out there looking, understanding what's going on at the Embraced. And we've managed to get nothing out of the ghoul. Poked and prodded it, but I don't think it can experience pain.
No, they
Yeah,
die
I-
pretty quick.
Don't think we're getting information here, although Soleil and I have discussed briefly, and she's been very helpful. Any information you have about the Embraced, you may tell her. We're all in this together.
Love this man, dude. Love this dude.
I'm just a little alarmed with how easily everybody is just doing what Sophia says.
You mean intuition check?
You have any skills that would
Yeah.
can help?
Would interrogate count?
Yeah, this is a bit of an interrogation. I'll let you happen. I'll give it to you.
And each skill is 2, right?
Yeah.
So 9, 13, 16. Ooh.
Very nice. When you were upset earlier, he caged up a bit about that. Does not want to talk about that. He's like, it was fine. He is lying.
Yeah.
He very clearly, and you feel like it was personal. You also feel like he's not terribly happy. He think he's like beaten down right now, but you also can tell that like the only reason he's back right here is to breathe for a second and then as much as Sophia is sending him out, he wants to leave. He, not like leave the island, but to go back into the jungle.
Yeah, he wants answers just as bad, basically, right?
Yeah, but you think there's something in the jungle he's looking for that's not. With the 16, there's something else in there. He's not just looking for information on the Embraced. Something else. What was the question you asked before I cut you off by asking your role and getting you information?
Why do you just keep doing what she asks? Or I think I said no. What I said was is I'm a little concerned that everybody's just easily doing what she asks, or something like that.
I invited Sophia here to be a diplomat, ideally for me. She stole it out from under me. Good for her. I'll be a sport.
I feel like the energy that Soleil is giving off is very pissed off.
Yeah, I think you're like,
Pietro.
no, I don't like, I think you don't like, she occasionally.
I don't like Sophia.
She occasionally does slavery.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just don't
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, you just don't like
Sophia.
Sophia.
very
fact,
much.
I also occasionally do slavery.
But I,
You start off the game being like, I hate
And
slavers,
so
and then
does
you're like,
Sylvia.
but I don't know that.
You
I
don't know that.
you.
You're like,
And I won't voluntarily
To be
give
fair, she lost a bet.
I love how you were like, I started
she
off
bought
hating
a slave.
slavery, and then I found that slaves are super annoying, and I just I don't care about them anymore. It's because all slaves are annoying.
You chose that one specific
You
one. I
picked
don't
the
know why.
annoying slave from the annoying pirates.
And she's also very happy Connor is dead, by the
Great.
way.
Good.
Like a
Good.
personal
Me the
thing.
fuck
Like she's
too.
happy Connor's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Me the fuck too.
Hmm?
I'm also happy Connor's dead.
Yeah, that was a Kraken scratch. They're crazy.
Yeah, they summoned fire and shit. It was insane.
Wild.
It was
Probably
all
had a
that
priest or
one
whatever.
Kraken.
I don't know.
Yeah, fucking. The
So-
Kraken was angry.
Where
Good.
did you find the ghoul?
There was a. We have been found out, and they sent a small troop of ghouls and ghast. We've been keeping it low for a few days, but we fought well. We lost Petty, but we got the ghoul. Petty is someone who's been on the ship for a bit, so you know that they've been toasting to Petty.
Fuck.
Not that they're incredibly happy, but
But just toasting to his sacrifice. and
that's pirates die. And he's been
it's
here
kind
for a
of
few
part
years.
of being
but
a
like,
pirate.
How deep into the
Yeah.
jungle did you go?
we ranged for a few days. There's an encampment about a day's away, and then we also went a little further south and found that they
You
were.
find the temple?
No, what temple are you talking about?
I don't believe you. I want to roll.
Go ahead.
Hello. Would that be intuition too?
Yeah.
Can we get a different track? I'm going insane.
It's a very nice track made for us by my darling wife Shea.
It is wonderful, but we're also
It
like.
is. It does loop pretty
I
quick.
have heard it 100 times.
It is so good though. It reminds me of Spyro, which is lovely. So I'm
Which was lovely the first time.
10,
but it's-
11.
Like there's like playing a level with this in the background, and then there's like an hour and like 15 minutes.
It is 50 seconds long, and it loops on that, so I get it.
She did really good at the song. Though.
She did. She made it herself. I'm glad of
I'm
it.
going to continue and add on alertness
Well, what did you want to roll
to
for again?
see if my question, because I asked if he had seen the temple and I said I didn't believe you.
I don't think alerts are facts
That's
here.
gay. So can I do interrogate?
No,
Why?
because I don't think the interrogate. Because you're like he already answered the question.
Yeah, and I
Like-
just don't believe him.
Yeah.
So would that not be an interrogation if I'm like,
Wait,
hey
hold
bud,
on. If I tell you that he genuinely doesn't believe you're talking about, I'll ask this real quick. What is Jess talking about? Because I didn't mention a temple out there.
the temple where all of them came from, that N opened.
Oh, I didn't describe it as a temple. I described it as a ruin.
Oh, I'm sorry. In my brain, I thought it was a temple. So then the ruin.
Ruin. Okay, well then he would answer that differently. Like we found the ruins, but nothing in particular.
Okay, and I still don't believe you.
Okay. What'd you get for your roll?
14.
14.
That's
He ranged a bit, but he didn't like find like the ruin, or if he did, he didn't go close enough.
It was just like a saw.
It might. He didn't. He doesn't know anything about it. He was.
That's not
going
what he was
closer.
really looking for.
It doesn't seem like he headed that direction.
But he knows where it is.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem like he knows what you're talking about. What ruin are you talking about?
You remember N, right? Lizard.
Yeah, the
shiny
one the
lizard.
Solalians are still talking about.
She was one of the reasonings this started. And I say this with...
She did say that this was all her fault, and she apologized for it, but I was busy with other things at the moment.
And I say this as... Sorry. I say this as a gift of information. And is one of the reasons that the undead army started to spill out. That ruin might be the answer to our problems.
Where's this ruin?
It's deeper in the forest, I'd say. What? Was
Which direction? There's forest around them.
Did we ever figure that out?
I'm gonna be so for real with you. That
Unga
is like 8
specifically-
months in the past.
I
Unga
know.
specifically wasn't telling you. Unga specifically is like, no, don't say, and
But
then
you figured out which
ended.
ruin it was.
I did figure out which ruin it was, I think.
You did. There was a name. Did you write it down?
I might have. Hold on.
We are also talking months in the past. too.
Yeah, there's just
Yeah.
been so much.
I think it
I like that
was
you cracked open your door,
southwest
like-
or southeast.
Oh no, I definitely don't have it.
I have
just moving my
stupid
pen.
fucking.
Not southeast, because that's the
By
ocean.
the way, on your
Um,
watch.
Southwest,
I have that
maybe.
It
letter.
used to be cycling pictures.
We've got
and it's not
Anderson.
anymore because I can't go through those pictures yet. So now it just tells me like the temperature.
With
the
that,
water,
I think it's
the
probably
sun.
going to be it for. Thank you for this gift. I have not slept in something better than leaves in a while, if you'll excuse.
He's gonna like leave, or he's gonna like usher you out.
That's fine.
I like to imagine like you leave the room and instantly just face plants in the bed and is out.
He's dunsies.
So what was Soleil doing that day?
Soleil was investigating the connection between Pietro and Sophia.
How would you go about doing that?
I would probably ask some questions to some of the older pirates and see like if they know
Okay.
whether or not how long this connection between Sophia
Okay.
and Pietro were.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me presence.
Do you have any investigation skills?
Mm-hmm.
I got eavesdrop.
That's it?
Trapper eavesdrop.
That's it. Or have intimidate.
Are you gonna try and...
I'm not
They're
gonna
not-
try
they
to
know you.
intimidate.
I love
Like-
that you walk up to your boss and be like, tell me.
And like hold a dagger to them, and then they'd probably look at me
But
and be
also,
like,
like-
"Fuck off, Pipsqueak."
You're like the youngest one on this ship.
Imagine if you did
I'm
that, he
pushing
just like
22 tops.
fucking just scoop you up like
I'm
a
a
child, be like,
child.
go to bed.
They're like, "Go to bed, brat."
That's really good.
19. Plus 2 for eavesdrop, so 21.
21?
Yeah, I've got something. I'm going to message it to you because it is definitely a big juicy secret. And with a 21, I was like, am I gonna give you a lead? But no, with 21, you get the whole
I
enchilada.
kicked the door
Wait
down and
a
I was like,
minute.
"Yeah."
Wait a minute.
So obviously, because these guys aren't here, they wouldn't know.
I'm building a
what the
fucking wall.
connection is.
I'm constructing.
I did not expect to kick that fucking door down.
Dude, you rolled the 0 and I was like, oh, we're already rocking. Then you rolled the 9. It's like,
They're
You're like
brother
even
and
better.
sister.
Pull it back. Way back.
It's a juicy secret. It's just a guess.
That would be juicy. Maybe in the fact that, like, assist is juicy, but...
Jesus Christ.
Like, I don't know about it being, like, cool.
Which would also connect into why Soleil is trying to figure out why, like she mentioned to Luigi, why he's just following whatever Sophia is saying. Why they're not out.
I don't think it's a sex thing.
I
I do not think he would be that damn bad enough to do that.
I mean,
Like, listen. So Medusas
well,
could look.
they charm, so
They
Keep it to
do.
yourself. Keep this information I'm giving you to yourself.
Aye, aye, Captain.
All right, but you're spending another day on wall.
So, yes, but I also wanna.
You can take a break from wall and do something else. If you want.
So, it's kind of connected to the wall in the fact that, like, I pacified the giant revolt, so I imagine I got to know some people that were like citizens and shit, right?
Yeah.
Are any of them architects? Or architects? Are any of them like builders? Do they try to just make things, or is that in a gnomish quarter where all? Of them
No,
like,
there are builders.
Could I talk to them and be like, listen, I care about you, as you saw with me attending to all your concerns. One of them is protection of the city. I need someone that knows what they're doing, making the city safer. I am doing my best, but I am not enough, and I know that. Can you take the reins on a building project for these walls, and I will give you my support as much as I can.
They counter with the offer of they can only take what you've got going, because imagine a part of you building these walls is just getting the resources. Be like, yeah, how many days have you done already? 5?
So about
Another
a third
5
of the
with
way?
what you currently have. They are more than willing. I said with what you previously did, they'll give you essentially like an edge. So take like a day off if you want to do that.
Okay.
And you put the walls just around the east side where most of the citizens are. This is also the side that's mostly towards the jungle.
Okay. So she's down for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can always expand the walls later, and I can always downtime like change.
Mhm.
But just having like, she said 5 more days, and we can get a wall around like,
5 more days, you get the wall around the citizen side.
which is kind of type where we're like. So that's where the jungle. That's where like the main fighting is happening.
There's been no fighting so far, but like the jungle is on the east side, and also the east side is where the citizens live.
Okay. But the builders do not want to do the rest of the city.
They don't want to do that's the pirate side.
Oh, that's the pirate area. Okay.
East versus west side.
Which is fair. Getting that done in 10 days is not a bad thing, because then I can always just use the other 5 to get the rest done. Additional question. Does this wall building
Is it
also...
10 days to get the whole wall done? It's not like
Oh,
8?
15.
It's not like 8 or something? To do just a section? A very mean DM. Section of days, 5 days. You can do it right now.
Okay. So, I've gotten resources for, I imagine, like the whole city, so they can take that and they can get going on that.
Yeah.
Um,
So, if you want to spend your days and get a wall on this east side of the city to protect the citizens
Yeah.
of it, you can do that right now if you want.
Yeah.
You can roll. And you'll get an edge.
Okay. Do I get an edge for, like, because I went to people, can I use, like, empathize or persuade?
That's the edge you got already.
That's the edge I got. Okay. Don't fuck me on this! Oh, what's the roll? Just natural?
What are you using? What do you? I think this is based upon your presence.
Okay. So that's +2.
Because I don't think you're physically doing it. I think you're leading.
Yeah, no, she would, like, lead from the front and, like, help move shit, but
Yeah.
she's mostly just, like,
Yeah.
that's a 20. That's a nat 20.
Holy shit.
You make an incredible wall, and I will also give you this, and this might come up later. You recall as well that
I'm just gonna put this in my notes as you're talking.
the issues that you've encountered, and you've got some suspicions. And
Okay.
when they asked you the question of, should we build a grate over the river?
Yes. I was dead ass. That was gonna be the other thing. Like the waterways, are they also included in the wall?
You've now got the waterways locked down.
That's actually really fucking huge. They're moving through the water.
By the way, the waterway,
Yeah.
fresh water.
Oh, that's actually important.
Mm-hmm.
That's really fucking important.
Yeah, because they don't have to breathe. So
Hang
they
on.
just like,
let me just make a note of that.
Also, salting the weapon is good against them, so I would imagine salt water is also not good for them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well-
allegedly.
Yeah, that wouldn't be okay. So wall around east side
So
is
a
done.
1,000-year-old book.
Plus waterways are done.
Yeah, the waterway, and plus the waterway into New Pinion. You've managed to get that done with your 5 days. And then what is Luigi doing?
Luigi is going to investigate Sophia.
Sophia, go ahead and roll me presence.
I also.
It's 30 days. It's gonna take us a while to get through. It's all right.
It's fine.
So I
We
get
might do
an
a couple
edge on presence resistance rolls. Is that something else, or is that this?
This would be I cast a spell on you. You make a resistance roll against it. So this is
Okay.
what it's about. Yeah.
I-
giant gnome shouting shit with people.
Do get an edge because I am. You get an edge on all interpersonal skills, and I would imagine that I'm interrogating.
Are you interrogating Sophia?
Okay,
You're in.
That's not gonna
more
end
like reading
well.
person, which is also an interpersonal
That
skill.
is not gonna end well.
Luigi dies.
But you don't
What?
have that skill.
Yeah, but it's under interpersonal where I get edge. Does that not count?
Yeah, you have to have the skill. I'm saying you have to have the skill. Because you don't have the skill.
Intimidate her.
Are you
Are you
seriously?
sure? Okay.
Alright, that's rough, man.
Everyone's
say-
slowly pivoting to look at you like you're
I couldn't
clinically-
even look at you, honestly.
The next day, you guys find a statue of Luigi!
And he's doing this motion, and he's
And he's like holding a hat now.
And then
Your
you hear,
furniture.
you hear the crews talking about this dumbass that came up,
this fucking dude rocked up to.
Sophia, and tried to.
Okay, I do have edge on trying to discover NPC motivations.
Oh, is that what you're trying to do? Motivations?
I am trying to figure out what the details of what she did with Unga's head were. Specifically,
That's
I'd like
so
to know
true.
what she asked it, but I don't think Luigi would be able to get that specific.
I don't think you typically care that much.
Well,
I think Jesse cares a lot. I don't think Luigi cares about that stinky head he carried around for that long at all. Why would he care about that? There's an army coming and you're like, what questions you ask the stinky head?
Luigi soul bonded with Unga's head.
No!
Are you vetoing my figuring out?
I think that you're. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think your character. I think you're interested in it, but I don't think your character cares, especially about how you treat other people, and the fact that Unga is half orc and the collections are half or orcish. So he's a filthy half orc.
Then I will try to figure that out by other means later on.
Fair enough.
Even if that means asking you after the campaign ends.
That's fair.
You're gonna remember it after that?
I've remembered it this long.
That's fair.
My character who died. What did I do? What was the my character said?
Dumbledore asked calmly.
So then I am going to spend the next 3 days recruiting.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so you spend the first day doing that. Because you're gonna spend 3 days doing that. So
Right.
the next day, we're on the 24th. We're gonna wrap this up soon. Event happens. Pietro unveils a shackles to shields plan, where he's essentially championing people and also Sophia, and how much Sophia is backing this is questionable. Where he is trading, he's essentially taking the slaves that we currently have and being like, fight for us and we will, if you fight
Give
for
you
us,
freedom.
we'll give you freedom. And it's, yeah, that's his plan.
I actually don't mind that plan, but I also this will take a fucking day if I ask this, isn't it?
What are you gonna ask? What do you want to know?
I was gonna ask how into it the slaves are. Are they like, fuck, it's my way out, I guess I'll do it, or is it like, yeah, I'm in. Like
It's freedom.
it's so they'll do it, but they're not like loyal to the cause, so to speak.
It's freedom to explain to them the other option is probably dying.
Okay.
So they're like, all right, well, we probably were gonna get pressed into anyways, and now this is just like we also get like they get free at the
That's
end. So I'll let you know. Slaves happy.
Okay.
They like
They're
they
cool
like his
with
plan.
that. They're like,
I just didn't want it to be
A
like
lot of them were going to be sold to March, and they
Okay.
would be pressed into the Wards War.
So they have to fight anyways. But this is like, by the way,
It's like the better
oh,
option.
by the way, no ships come in since. No ships have come in.
So like that's actually a problem for the economy.
I was gonna investigate that, so.
This is the 6th day?
Yeah,
Okay.
no ships
Wait,
coming.
why don't they want to
Oh, I just got the wall done
go
today,
to
it's
March
fine.
where they can fight for the glory of Samson?
Shut the fuck
Shut
up.
up!
They're probably just weak-willed.
Jesus Christ.
Don't feed his delusions! Don't do that!
All right. But as we are on the 23rd of Drywad, I actually think that we're gonna have to call it there and come back next week to finish up Downtime
I'm down with that.
because we've
No pun
gotten
intended.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on
Day
the 7th
7.
day of 30 days.
So this might be a couple sessions, which I'm personally okay
Unless
with.
it doesn't take 15 minutes to recap.
So that's true.
We were
Recap
late,
cut
and
into
then
a-
also we recapped the entire game. So
The
yeah.
entire game
So
so far.
cool, and I'm gonna let you guys know there have also been some other events that have been secret events. Nobody guys have uncovered.
Hey, you want
That's
secrets?
Did we uncover any secret events? Like, did anything that we
Did,
uncovered not,
secret? There was a secret uncovered by Taya, but she's not sharing right now.
Nope.
Yeah.
You'll have to wait.
I realized that Luigi and Soleil didn't even learn each other's names.
No.
Yeah.
They've seen each
Very
other in
familiar
passing.
name.
Thank you for letting me borrow
Dang,
these.
You're
this is the first
welcome.
strong woman you've been like, I don't care about your
Did you get them with
existence.
the dice, or did
No,
they?
I got it. My mom bought it.
A very uncharacteristic of you. Are you okay? Have you been replaced by an undead?
What?
Downtime. Sylvia gets replaced by an
Undead.
We need a method to finding undead better than just, are you undead?
Luigi used to
Blue bones.
happen in 5e.
So, actually, that's a good
Blue
question.
bones.
Blue
Huh?
bones.
Blue bones.
Blue bones. You cut
Blue
them off?
balls?
Blue bones.
Do they show through like on the ribs, or is it like?
Oh, they'll like if you like depending on the bone. Like you saw it through Natalie, but he's got his shirt blown off first.
Oh, so like if,
So we have
if you
to
see
make
bare
everyone-
skin, you can tell like you're an undead.
Maybe.
Everyone has to get naked.
So, additional question.
Orgy
He,
party.
Maybe.
he did have the ability in 5e to sense
Except
undead.
orgy
Is there
party.
something flavor-wise still there for that, or did he?
Nah,
lose
now
it?
he can do like a butt ton of damage.
That's fair.
There's
Sorry.
like 2 PCs worth of damage in attack. I'm like,
Fuck, we
you're
might
like, that's a
actually have to
regular
spend
attack. I'm
some
like,
time
what the
finding a
frick are
way
you
to
talking about?
identify undead.
That was my first strike.
Without
All
killing
right,
them
I
with
should've
that,
thought
we
about
will
that.
see y'all
You can still do it.
I could spend another couple days researching.
next week. Bye bye.
Count